Ruya leads a quiet life in Berlin, raised by her father and longing to find a mother she has never met. On discovering her mother is in Syria, she embarks on a tense, action packed journey, battling through a world of smugglers and militants on which she will find conflict, intrigue, and love. Running away, she sets off to the Turkish city of Antakya near the war torn Syrian border. And the way crosses with Yusuf, who comes from a powerful local family and returned home for first time in 6 years. Both of them separate from each other at airport but destined to cross paths again. The only way to get across the border is to agree to a fake marriage with Boron, who has promised to help Ruya if she joins his militant group. This decision will bring her into conflict with Yusuf, whose father controls one of the most important trade routes along the Syrian border and is threatened by the head of a smuggling ring. When Yusuf's father bravely refuses to cave into their demands, they kidnap him. As Yusuf seeks his father, he again encounters Ruya, now among the militants. Yusuf tracks them down to the Syrian border just as Ruya and Boron attempt to cross over into Syria. A shootout erupts and the militants flee, abandoning Ruya. She is now at the mercy of Yusuf, who takes her as hostage. She is kept captive at one of the rooms in his house. For him, she is a bargaining chip who can secure the release of his father. Her days of captivity begin as they negotiate a prisoner exchange. She tries to escape many times from that place, but every time she ends up getting caught by Yusuf. Gradually, the hostility subsides as they begin to know each other better. Yusuf and militants group come to an agreement to exchange Ruya for Yusuf's father, but Ruya doesn't want to go with them. So Yusuf saves her from militants and brings her back home. Eventually, Ruya also gets to know that the architect for her misfortune is none other than her father, who is the head of the smuggling ring. Watch the drama to know how this hostage-captor relationship leads to love. It is the story of two different people who get entangled with each other in a twist of fate. A doctor who has devoted herself to healing others encounters a cold-blooded killer with wounded past. While trying to catch a man who betrays their business, Ferhat shoots this man. In order to make this guy speak, Ferhat wants to keep him alive and brings Asli to the wounded man's recovery. Asli at first does not understand that she has been brought by the criminals. She does her best to save this wounded man. Eventually, she finds out that there is something wrong and tries to escape from the ranch house located in the countryside. However, Ferhat does not let her go and keeps her captive at one of the barns in the ranch house. Asli accidentally gets caught in this tangle because she gets to know about their killing deeds. So Ferhat's uncle Mr. Namik orders to kill Asli. She tries hard to persuade Ferhat not to kill her. She promises to keep her mouth shut and not to tell anything, including her police brother Sam. Now, when Ferhat gets to know of Asli's brother Sam Sinar, who is in police force, he thinks it's better to marry her than kill her, as it would be more troublesome. Ferhat tells her he would save the life of Asli on the condition that she would get married to her. Ferhat knows that the people who belong to his family are under protection. So Asli is forcefully married and agrees to be a part of this mess to save her brother's life from Ferhat's gunmen. It proves to be a difficult path for both Asli and Ferhat as they have multiple obstacles through their journey. What happens when the woman who saves life is captured by the man who takes lives? What's the drama to know more? It is a story about a high school student being held captive by a powerful mafia boss and how love evolves between them. The father of Rutainak is in debt with a man called Lin Lancer, who is a well-known member of the Hong Kong Mafia. As the ugly duckling of the family, Rutainak is a very intelligent student but cannot compare with her sister's beautiful looks. Lin Lancer decides to accept her sister as a payback for the debts of her family, but when the day comes to pay the debt, the girl's father decides to run away with his eldest daughter, leaving Rutainak by herself. As a result of this, Rutainak is taken hostage by Lin Lancer's men and brought her back to his mansion. The main reason they brought her is they think that she knows where her father and sister are and they can use her to catch them, but that doesn't work as she does not know where they went. Lin Lancer is kind of taken aback at her fierce and mostly fearless responses to him. He gives her a small place to live, insists that she enrolls in school, and gets her a job at a construction site. She is a very intelligent girl with foul mouth who is also able to sign a contract with a gunrunner with a promise to get the guns across the border, which even the famous gunrunner hadn't been able to do. Gradually, she begins to care for Lindsay while she saved him when he almost died after getting hit by a gunshot. There's another poor innocent girl Mina who apparently has been kidnapped by Hong Kong Pew because her dad has failed to pay off massive gambling debts. He locks her in his room waiting for her father's repayment, but when the father flees to another country, he attempts to make her his woman, but she escapes by tricking him. She manages to get pretty far away but is snapped again. Watch the drama to see how Mafia falls in love with his hostage. The male lead Siapa has become a bandit. He was forced to become a bandit due to the hatred the bandit leader had against his father, but he tries his best to do good despite his upbringing. To prove himself to his father so he can lead the next village and fulfill his plans, Siapa had to embark on one of his father's daily robberies. The quest was to steal the most valuable possession from Kuntep, a lieutenant who would not stop hunting their bandit village down. He kidnaps Nampiung, the lieutenant's fiancée who was in the house at the time, holding her hostage in his camp of outlaws. She wanted to be free to do what she wants and live her life full of adventures, but it wasn't an option for her since she is held captive in the bandits' village. Later, he presents her to his father only for his father to arrange a marriage for him with a kidnapped Nampiung so that he can show to all the police officers in the town that they could not mess with their bandits' nest. With the assignment to get Nampiung pregnant and send her back to her fiancé, Siapa also had to battle with his older brother for the title of their father's successor. As days goes by, hatred turns into affection as Siapa protects her with all that he has, to the point that when she had the opportunity to escape, she still chose to stay with him. So, what happens when Siapa falls for his new wife and wants a much better life than what he used to do? What's the drama?